What we have here is a so-called DiSec lock. That's the brand name of the lock. It's an extra layer of protection for a normal Euro cylinder. I have here the magnetic key. The key contains two magnetic elements. If you connect it to the lock, you can slide down the lock and you have access to the real Euro profile cylinder lock. So it's a very nice protection against bump keys, against people, you know, wanting to put glue in your lock or paper clips or other nasty stuff. It's an extra layer, nothing more, nothing less. I like the design. It's pretty small. It's pretty solid. It's an okay lock. Maybe the price is the only thing that's bothering me a little. Now, I collected this lock last week in Spain when I was there for a trade show. And at the trade show I also got a little bear or a cat. I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's a cat because it's from Catapult. Coincidentally, the little bear or cat has a magnet in its head right here. Don't ask me why, but they put a little magnet in the head of the bear. Now, 1 and 1 makes 2, so you know, I was just playing around, putting a little bit of pressure onto the lock. First I tried, you know, putting pressure on the lock, pushing the lock out, inserting the correct key, and as you can see, the lock doesn't want to open because internally the elements are jammed. So the trick is to put the right tension on the shield that you can still open it with the correct key. If you apply that tension and with the head of the bear where the magnets are in, you start wibbling over the part where the magnetic elements are in, you have a fair chance of actually opening the lock. As you can see, I'm putting the head in all sorts of positions to try to get other magnetic fields, to get the position of the magnetic field a little bit different. Now sometimes it can take a couple of minutes before the lock opens. Sometimes it opens in 30 seconds. Now since the camera is rolling, it's probably going to take more minutes than seconds, but such is life. The trick is to listen if you can hear the magnetic elements move and rotate in the lock. And your lock is open. Now, since the camera is rolling, I'm going to open the lock a little bit more to show you how it works. I'm going to start with the key. If I remove the 2 screws in the key, you can see what's inside. Try to zoom in a little. So here you see what's inside. These are 2 elements with 2 magnets each in them. So I think, judging at this, that the lock can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 or 5 positions per disc, I think, maybe more. Now, the lock itself is also relatively simple. There are 2 little elements that are blocking the lock if the correct key is not applied. Oh. As you can see, There's an element here, a spring, and a ball bearing with a solid piece of metal at it. That's actually this part here. And if the magnetic disc inside is in the correct angle, it can be pushed in all the way. If you move it a little bit, it's jammed and it doesn't want to go in. Well, that's the end of another black bag video.